welcome back to another Wednesday evening live stream. Soon to be Thursday evening live stream. Starting in August, make a note of it. The first Wednesday in August, we will not be here. You'll have to come back a day later on Thursday, same time, same place. And we're going to try that for a while. What the heck, you know? We've done this for several years, and we'll see what Thursday's like. So I'll make sure to post a bunch in the Facebook group and send out emails, and we'll do all that stuff. But for now, we're here Wednesday evening. It's 5:30 Pacific time. Much later where many of you are, I know. But I know that my homies are here, Tim and Adrian, chilling on the West Coast with me,
Chilling like a villain.
chilling like a villain, enjoying the nice sunshine, I'm sure. But yeah, thanks for joining us. And be sure to like, subscribe, all that, whatever stuff people do nowadays, you know? And we'll keep it going. We were just chatting a little bit before the stream started about, just business, how are things going? Sounds like there's been some slow spots out there, which is kind of strange for this time of year. It's like summertime, right? It's
Yeah.
supposed to be busy, but it just goes to show you, you can never really count on that.
Yeah, I'd be kind of dead if we didn't have my, other side of the business, like, IG unit replacements and broken windows and other stuff that we do. It'd be kind of messed up around here.
So you
But
got the shower
the
door
other stuff
stuff is
keeping
not
us
very
busy. Yeah.
busy, huh?
Not right now. I'll get like one or two every other day, but not like, I mean, I used to get one like almost every day, two or three, like two or three a day, but now it's like three a week.
Wow.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
But, you know, But it's like that everywhere around here, even in Sacramento and little areas around me. They're like that too as well. So I stay in the loop and see where everybody's at.
How about
So
the rest of you guys? You experiencing pretty much the same thing, or is it varying in different ways?
Yeah, yeah, shower doors are slow but there's other work to do, so.
yep.
Talked to a lot of my builder customers, and some of them, we have pretty good relationships, and some of them even called me and just said, "You busy? You hearing from the other guys? What are my competitors doing?" And we across the board, it's not as vibrant as it has been. We're diversified too. We do a lot, other things than shower doors, but there's just this general. I don't do a formal, survey, but just like a kind of informal vibe that's going on and talking with the builders and things like that. You just don't. It doesn't seem like it's as robust as it has been.
Hmm. There you go.
What's the diversity everyone's doing?
I got it. I got into doing security doors, and I've been pretty busy doing that. It's really profitable. I got hooked up with this company called, or got hooked up with this company called Titan Security Doors. Really fancy stuff, and I've been doing a few of those. Those been really and helping us out. I'm trying to phase out commercial a little bit because man, it's just that's a whole animal by itself. I don't have the time for that since my dad passed, and so because he took care of that, and I just don't have time for it. It's a little different, and so started doing security doors, and yeah, it's the margins are awesome on that.
Hmm.
Shoot, you make really good money doing that.
Is that for residential or something?
For what? The commercial doors? I mean the security doors?
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's for residential. Yeah,
They're like the
So
heavy duty screen doors, basically, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
They have this like mesh tech, heavy duty. Yeah. So the company I hooked up with, their warranty is crazy. They warranty against any breakage. So if they break in, if the intruder or whoever breaks in, they pay for your deductible. They pay. They're like their warranty is freaking awesome. So I mean, it's a good company to get behind, and that's a selling point there because I don't know if you know, but California people they're kind of weirdos out here. So people are worried about their safety. So hey, that just that helps sells the product. They're pricey, but people will win. People's safety. I mean, they're willing to pay.
California's a dangerous place to live, man.
Well, I mean, Northern California. It's like when I hear when someone points out to California and the wackos and stuff like that, like dude, that's in Southern California. You got to separate us, Northern
Well, I
California. Up
mean,
here, we're normal.
San Francisco is not Southern California.
No.
No,
And
but
it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
it is. It is.
But
Yeah, but we're north of Sacramento, so it's not like that. I mean, we have a few of them, that pop up every once in a while, but they sort of keep to themselves. So I'm like, all right.
yeah, people don't
So
realize how big California is. I think
yeah,
Texas is the only state that's bigger, if I'm not
yeah,
mistaken. And it's like most of California is really pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's just like these
yeah.
some few hot spots where it's just terrible.
You just stay out of San Francisco, Oakland, and
LA,
all that stuff.
but
For sure. But yeah, but that's what I've been doing is security doors. Those been, like I say, they're
how quick
helping
can you
us
put one of those in?
about an hour and a half.
That's what I
They're
thought.
pretty quick. And I charge a lot for them too, man. I charge a lot. So it's like, all right,
Security.
it's like it is.
Security is
It is.
expensive, man.
It is. And they even have them for sliding doors too.
Oh,
So
really?
I got one.
Advertising. Adrian, how much advertising do you do?
You know what? I do local. I mean, I don't do like a whole bunch because okay, I want to get into more advertising. I just do the little things around here, but
What is
right
a
now,
little, like what? When you say little thing, like what? Give me an example.
just like Facebook. I do my Facebook stuff or our Google. We have Google ads. So, we'll throw some money there every once in a while. But then we hooked up with Elite Marketing. They just built us a brand new website, and it's kind of it's doing good. I mean, so, but to be honest with you, I don't know if I'm really
I hope so.
ready to. Hopefully, I'm not. I'm not ready to really get too busy right now because me and my brother were still trying to get a hold of this running the business stuff. It's kind of like it's stressful. It's like, damn, look at my hair. I even haven't got. I need a haircut. I haven't had a chance to. I haven't had a chance to go get one. It's stressed out, man. I mean, it's I wish we only had like one thing to market it. Just or two things, but we have all this other stuff, and it's just still too much. So I'm kind of hesitant to expand bigger because it's just I don't know if I'm just kind of a little nervous about it.
Mhm.
Hey Keith,
Yeah.
do you guys? That's to follow up on that question. I know you guys are a big outfit, and I follow you on Facebook, and I see your stuff. But as a company, is there a percentage that you advertise? Or are you out in things like I don't know radio, or is it strictly social media? Are you big enough to where you
Oh my
kind of
God.
don't have to advertise?
No, on the contrary, we do a ton of advertising, and the social media for my shower door is actually really, we were late to the party on that. Most of our money was spent on the traditional marketing. We did newspaper, radio, TV. TV's the best. Newspaper, radio, TV. Those kind of magazines, like there's one here called Home Mag, and it's in every market that we're in. It's, it's in your mailbox once a month with like all the vendors that kind of do stuff. And that's kind of been our staple for probably 2 decades.
Hmm.
And then probably just in the last year have we really started pouring a lot more money into the social media and commissioning somebody that we believe is kind of more in tune with how that all works. Now, for me, on the my architectural, see, they wouldn't let me do the social media my shower because what I do kind of we don't want to water down the brand of the my shelter. So when we started the architectural division, I said, I'll take care of that. We'll spend zero money on advertising and I'll do all of it through social media. And that's worked, but it's, that's a full-time job in itself. I just
It
happen to,
is.
I happen to be addicted to it. And I like, there's a vanity component to it, obviously. But locally that's helped me. But yeah, I think the rule of thumb at one point we saw was maybe 10% of your gross sales would go back into investing into marketing. We've never gone that high, but pretty damn close to it. And I'll tell you, when we were first starting, when we didn't have the money or means to do all those things, my father was religious about writing monthly or maybe biweekly stories that he would send into the local newspaper because every day they're looking for fill-in stories. And every now and then, maybe twice a year, we would pop up on the front page of the business section and the phones would be off the hook. And it cost nothing. But somebody's got to take the time to do all that shit, and write the story and send it in. So it was kind of a guerrilla marketing tactic. But TV was, I'll never forget the first time we spent, I think it was $4,500. Back then you had to, if you're going to do it, and I don't know how it is today, but if you're going to film a TV commercial, you'd contact the channel or the subsidiary that owns multiple channels and say, listen, we want to do a TV commercial. And they would send a production crew in and you'd have to run their ideas by you, what you want to do. And they'd film, either a 30-second and then they call bookends, like 2 15 seconds. And so you'd have a 30-second commercial in a can and 2 15-second commercials in a can. And then they would tell you, okay, for a month straight, we're going to run you in these time slots. Let's say for us, we always wanted to go during the evening news. And then we were on, the HGTV and some of those other ones. In the first month, I think we spent like $4,500. It was everything we had. And we put it in a TV commercial. 2 weeks into it, I remember we had to call the TV station, tell them to stop running the commercial. They said, well, you already paid for it. So keep the money. Stop running the commercial. Like, why? What's wrong? Customers were getting pissed at us because there was only 4 of us at the time. We weren't getting back to people quick enough because the volume of phone calls that were coming in, it was actually creating a problem. You'd hear a message, oh, what, you don't want to do our business? And it was the exact opposite of what we were trying to achieve. I'll never forget that. But the TV commercial, I don't know how TV plays out nowadays because I'm kind of out of touch with the market because I do my own marketing. And with streaming and everything, like I'm watching TV right now as we're talking, and I haven't seen a commercial in 4 hours.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But
So that's what,
depending on the demographic in the areas that to that point, this is hilarious. We do a $50 off coupon or free removal every Sunday in the local newspaper in Naples and Fort Myers. This coupon is attached to, I can't tell you how many deals. And it doesn't matter the income of the house either. I mean, if we collected them all together, I bet it's more people at the top of the scale that are using the coupon than the bottom.
Right.
But that's worked forever. But I think it's, collectively, it's the consistency of always keeping your name out there. And the one thing about the advertising in any of those venues is we've always been consistent with it. It's not like, let's just try it for a month and see how it works. Because it's putting your name out there every week, consistently, every week. The name's out there, names out there, names out there. And, hopefully it gets to a point where it's a household name. And then then people start talking and it starts passing around. But same with the social. It only works when you're consistent with it.
I was
Everybody,
consistent.
or go
I
ahead.
was consistent for a while. And I just got tired. I got burnt out. I was doing the business side, doing the stalls, doing all that stuff, and then coming home
Well,
late, trying to do a video for the
Adrian,
next day.
if you
It is
haven't
tired.
learned this by now, being a business owner requires you to partially be crazy. And everybody on this phone
I
call
am
knows that.
crazy.
You
Look at
have
my
to
hair.
be.
We all
My
qualify.
hair, yeah, there it is long, man.
I'm no different than the rest of us. Chris probably had a full head of hair when he started.
But we had a TV commercial. It did great. It did great. Uh, but like you said, who watches commercials now? I don't watch them. I skip them. Do something else. Watch something else for 30 seconds and go back. I don't watch commercials. It's like, all right.
But
Every
if
once in a
that
while, I'll get
money
a
can
close.
be, the attention is still there. It's just got to be marketed to. So you got to find out where all the attention is. Whether it's
No,
YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Google AdWords, paid ads. We everybody. I'm assuming everybody on this call has takeoff sheets, and if all those takeoff sheets are scanned into your computers, I think I might have talked about this last week with the AI. We found out, you know, just stop me if I repeated this, but um, I'm just gonna take one of our stores, the Naples store, because that's where I still work every day. We're able to export all of our takeoff sheets. So on our takeoff sheet, name, address, zip code, phone number, and then we've allocated like a number, if you will, to a single door is an MSD1, a door panel is an MSD20, a door panel return is an MSD 90 degree return. So we have probably 15 of these categories, right? And it's on every takeoff sheet. So we exported, let's say, the last 3 years of all of our takeoff sheets, and I imported them into an AI program. And it identifies these clusters. So right down the street from where I'm sitting right now is a zip code 34108. In 34108, we sell more door and panels with what we call a duet standard U-shaped 6-inch handle in brushed nickel and chrome with low iron glass and our My Easy Care shield on the inside than any other zip code among our 11 stores. And so we started doing paid marketing ads on Facebook in zip code 34108, and all the pictures are just door and panels. And what ended up happening was, when we dug into that further, is 3418 is littered with like elderly people. And what was happening was they were pulling out all the 5-foot tubs and making them shower stalls because it was dangerous for them to step over. And, maybe some of them couldn't even lift their leg that high to get in there. And then, it's slippery on the inside. And so there was a heavy, heavy presence of remodeling with ripping out these tubs and making shower stalls. And so our first ads that we would go on there, we were thinking, well, Doug and I were like, we got to show this 8-piece custom steam unit that we were doing, or this neo angle with the transom, because they were sexy and they were cool and they're expensive. Nobody was buying them. I mean, nobody at scale was buying them. They were buying them, but not at scale, not like the door panels. And so when we changed the pictures, and you could almost start predicting the future just based on the AI finding these clusters of, patterns that were happening. And so then we started honing in the marketing, especially through the Facebook and some of the other platforms, in some of these areas that were already kind of primed and ready for the taking. And that changed everything. That changed a lot. So having accurate data when I know it seems when you're going, you just want to close the deal, but having that data and starting to compile can be massively useful, especially when you start with all these programs out there that do it for you. I mean, you could do it on a spreadsheet, but there's so much time savings with these AI programs now. It's crazy. So the marketing, taking the TV, in Adrian's case, let's say nobody's watching TV anymore, which I agree with, like especially the younger people. Taking that money and now putting it into the digital space, but being more targeted, to chase a better ROI, I think is something that we've really started to get better at probably the last 2 years, maybe a year with the AI stuff. But the digital marketing presence over the last 2 years, we've done a lot better job at. Because the leads that are coming in are a lot more like solid. Yeah.
Does anybody still advertise in the phone book? We got rid of that one.
I was gonna say,
What?
I don't know if they even deliver the phone books here anymore.
I haven't seen
Yeah.
a phone book in a long time.
Yeah.
I haven't either. Well, we did, but we stopped that.
We did the phone books when they had them, but yeah, we stopped that probably 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Every rep that comes in, if they're representing a TV place, they're telling you that's the most effective. It's radio, that's the most effective. I would be curious what all you other folks, if one has been more successful. I heard Keith's comment about TV's the best. I don't disagree, but
It was. I wouldn't say now but I know what your question is, but
yeah.
just so you
So,
know, I don't know if it still is.
But in general, like I got here recently a radio person, they're pressing hard and they come on with all the statistics and and everything, and just kind of curious what's worked for some of you others. Is it really TV or just throwing it out there?
I'll tell you what. I have Pandora with no commercials. I pay for that. I don't listen to commercials, man. I have my playlist and I listen to that. No commercials.
We did the radio, we stopped doing radio just after Rush Limbaugh. Because and not that we wouldn't advertise on anyone else or that we're far leaning right activists, which I am. It was his audience. His audience was a demographic that they also had golf club memberships and they were buying high-end shower doors and luxury cars. Like those are the people that we were marketing to. But the radio, like now, unless there's some show locally that garners a demographic that you're trying to market to me, radio out of the newspaper, TV, digital market space would be the bottom of the barrel. Like it's still getting your name out there, but the visuals for our product is sexy. And it's hard to showcase that. Like you're just hearing it. So does it work? You have over repetition again, just because they're hearing it. But to me, I think radio is like, unless you're touching all the other bases, radio would be the last. And if you're just trying to blow money instead of giving it to Uncle Sam, then I'd put it into the radio. But other than that, again, unless there's a local personality that garners massive attention for a demographic that you already sell to, I wouldn't do that. And they're pushing hard because that's a dying industry. The radio's close to the phone book as far as I'm concerned.
Well, you brought up Rush Limbaugh. I mean, like radio was dying when Rush Limbaugh started
Yes.
his thing, and like when he died, man, that was the end of an era for sure, man. I mean, it was like, but you're right. I mean, he had an audience that was like right in the zone, man. People who had money, who spent money. Yeah, man, if you could advertise there back in those days, that was a great place to be.
Yeah, and they were loyal customers of it. Like
Right.
they followed him no matter what. It's same with how I'm not a fan of his, but back in the day, Howard Stern would have been one of those guys. Those are
Exactly.
loyal fans. Maybe not necessarily demographic that you're going for, but they were loyal fans. They'd listen to him no matter what.
And the reach, the
the
reach
reach,
that
right.
those people get, even if even if you can't stand them. That was the thing about Rush. They'd say, or no, I'm thinking about Howard Stern now. Howard Stern, it was like, yeah, the people who loved him would listen so long, but the people who hated him listened
Listened even
even
more.
longer.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, that. Haven't heard that guy in a long
I
time.
can't imagine there's anything that's getting a better ROI than the digital space right now. I mean, I'm full on addicted to my phone. I have no problem admitting that. Now, I think there's a difference between being a consumer and creator. I don't just consume, which by the way, I consume a lot,
Mhm.
but I also create, and that's how I justify the balance. I'm not just doom scrolling 24/7. I'm trying to get in people's feeds. But the digital paid ads, especially if you can hone in on the right keywords and the right people that you're going after, zip codes, it's massive. Massive. Where I think we're getting I wish Bill was on here. He can validate this, but I want to say maybe 11 or 1200 leads a month. That's massive. Now, we're not closing as many as you think out of that, but that's a lot of leads. That's a lot of leads. And for what we're paying for that, it's very, very good.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And if you
Yeah.
can hone in on the data of where you want those leads to go to, that's what's cool about the digital, like TV. You just know you're going to be reaching one channel at a certain time. And if they're not watching, so be it. But on the digital, you can really target it a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
A lot more.
Yeah, and they know
You're
what
right.
people are looking at, whatever. I mean, so like the algorithms
They can
know
even hear it.
all that.
We were talking, this is a perfect example. My kids are like, they've been coming with me to work. I drag them in there so they're not doom scrolling all day, and I help them, they create some content for me. We were talking about lunch today at 10 o'clock, right? He's like, hey, I noticed there was a PF Chang's when we drove in and they got these lettuce wraps. I'm like, oh my God, I haven't had that in like 2 years. I said, great idea. Hour later, I finish my proposal. I pop open my phone, selfishly, because I want to see how many views I was getting. And son of a bitch, PF Chang's ad was the first thing in my Facebook feed.
I
Okay,
hate
that's
that
the
shit.
first time I even said that word in 2 years. So and of course, what did it show? It showed the chicken lettuce wraps. It had the water chestnuts cut in. I mean, look, it was mouth-watering. I couldn't wait to get it.
Freaking
I don't even
serious.
know how that happens. Robert probably could chime in on that, but to me, that's where the money should be spent.
Well,
If
they're
I could only
definitely not
spend,
listening to you.
huh?
They're definitely not listening to you.
Yeah, right. If I could only spend, if I had to go to another market and start anywhere out of anything, it would be with the social. That's what I would do first. If it
Yeah.
were me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
They're
makes sense.
definitely listening to everything. Absolutely.
They're definitely not just
You gave
listening, but
us
recording.
we
And
gave approval for this a long time ago, and once we have these tools and things that we always want the user, everyday users have access to these apps and tools that can record software, summarize a meeting, and then spit out notes and summaries and key points. And I want to summarize this as a board meeting topic or as a analyze any things that were said in this. We have the access to do that now as like everyday humans. And everything that we have access to, I always assume and know the government usually has 10 years on us, if not more, like cameras, cell phones, radios. Every piece of technology first is utilized by military for that necessity. And when the technology becomes outdated, it be sold to our competitors and also commercialized and commoditized to sell to us and get us on subscriptions so they can collect our data, which is the number one now resource, which is why Facebook sells no product, has no thing, but they are a $1 billion company because they have our data and they sell our data with ads. And this is what they do. And we give them permission and they provide an awesome platform that says, yes, you can have my data. And we sign up to all these apps that say, man, this makes my life really easy. These little boxes I check right before give it permission to my microphone, my audio, my notes, my calls. It promises not to do anything with it, but it has access to it. And just with that little summary, say, okay, now I know that I need to act in a way accordingly, build my systems in a way accordingly, build my password protection and all the things I need, and take advantage of it as we are. If we know these ads are out there and the ability is out there, then how can we take advantage as capitalists and as business owners to take advantage of the technology in front of us because it is useful and it can help us scale and it can help us max do the actions of 10 humans in one just by building something repetitive and systemized and automated and including the AI things. If they're listening, then we know when customers or go to a trade show or a tile place or anywhere that they might likely be our future customers. So let me ping the location of all the tile places and run ads to that person's IP and phone across Facebook, Google, YouTube for showers in the next month. Run that campaign for the next 6 months. Run them on my stupid videos looking for a shower, and anyone that clicks, put them in a warm bucket, and then follow up continuing to put people in buckets based on what categories of pages I build. And whenever they click, I know they're interested in that. And we know they can do that to us, but let's do that for ourselves. Like this is what Keith is talking about. It's all possible. You can set it up or have someone set it up for you. It's all there for you to know. That community is 30 years old. The windows get foggy around 20, 30 years. I drove through it. We did it for 1 or 2 jobs. My data shows me there's a heat map there. I can run a foggy window campaign and crush it. I can do a walk by door campaign and crush it. Like, why run to 1,000 homes and 1,000 things when you run foggy windows with the little data? You can run all your marketing dollars to a targeted category that you know is your ideal buyers and like use the data we have to do this. But yeah, sorry, I love AI and stuff, and that was my TED talk.
This episode of the podcast is brought to you by GlassGadget.com. Showcase Innovations creates tools that help shower door installers be more efficient and save time. Check out GlassGadget.com for more information. You know, a great thing about social media advertising too is it's like you can start for like $5. I mean, you can spend any amount of money that you want.
Yeah.
It's like you can't do that with TV. It's like with TV or radio or something, it's like you're in for thousands of, I mean, it's like you're in for thousands of dollars. And it's not even worth trying unless you're going to run a campaign for a few months because that's what it takes for people to bite, you know? And I'm not saying like $5 on social media is going to get you anything, but I'm just saying that that's like the barrier to entry, you know, like there is none. So you can start, you know, with $100 or $1,000, whatever you want, start to see where it's going. And there are people out there um, that can, like Rob, you know, that can like figure out, okay, this is what's working, this is what's not working, and just have the algorithms, right, just run and figure it out for you, you know, the AI or whatever, you know. Hey, this is working, and just automatically start going in that direction. So that's another great thing about that just never existed before. There was never an advertising opportunity with like that you could start for very little money. In my agriculture business, it's like I run just like this little um ad, you know, just boost a post, you know, for like $100 a month, you know, and like get followers, get a follower here and there, you know, and just I'm not really trying to I'm pretty close to like having sold all my stuff, you know. So I'm kind of in this kind of stasis stage right now where I'm just kind of just putting down roots and holding ground and like being consistent, and I'm kind of in that stage. So I really don't need a whole bunch of new customers. But I do need my brand out there. It's just like I need people seeing the name of the company all the time. And if I get, an Instagram follower or whatever from time to time, that's great, you know. But I can do that for very, very cheap. And just when I do need a whole bunch of customers, I can just like pour more money in and get more eyes on it.
I'll add to that too, just Mike, just so you have an idea. We've been running a digital campaign for about 4 months. Every month we change it up. One month we did a shower campaign, we did a frameless railing campaign, we did just a generic campaign. Every month we do a $1,500 ad spend. It's all digital. Part of that spend is it's all just Google, but it's all form submissions that come to our website. Out of that, I can tell you our cost to acquire a customer is $67 per customer.
Nice.
You can decide how much fuel you want to add onto that fire. But what we do, part of that is we've also targeted our top 3 competitors around there, like our geographic area. So if someone goes and searches their website or searches their name, our ad gets top 3 sponsored and just scrapes and just they get bombarded by our ad if they go search our competitor for 5 days. So we're just brand aware if you're searching our competitor for 5 days. So that
Who
we're
set that up for you, Ryan? Did you set that up or did you work with somebody?
Oh no, there's smarter people than me that do that shit. You can't do that.
Same.
No, and it's worked well. And I mean, again, it's not a huge marketing budget. Like I said, we're just testing the water, so it was like a $1,500 ad spend. But on average, we actually got organic listings to the website. We did some website tweaks. We were getting 3 to 4 form submissions a day. We were tweaking that out. And then we started really eliminating what came in because we were getting a lot of generic stuff for like, can you build an aquarium? So we were starting to reduce the amount of keywords or like certain keywords that we wanted to have removed so that we wouldn't get those requests. So our form submissions coming in have dropped to maybe 1 to 2 a day, but they're quality leads now.
Mhm.
So we're really working on getting the quality of the lead up so that that $67 per cost per customer is a good customer lead coming in, less of them, higher quality. So it's still, tweak this, play with this, but I'm hoping for fall and winter, I'll probably toss a whole bunch more fuel on that fire and just crank it up and run a massive campaign, like especially right before Christmas, like that fall. Let's move everything inside, get the renos ready before Christmas, before family starts coming over. Let's get your interior crap done. Let's get your showers installed, anything inside. Let's go.
Mhm.
I'm too busy until fall, so not doing. Just stick with the 1,500. I can get my storefronts and stuff done, but after that, I'll probably crank up some advertising then.
Nice.
And if nothing else, it's brand awareness because it's 1,500
Yeah, I
bucks and
like
people
it.
just see us out there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's another, you hit on another key thing is that something you can do with that social media advertising is you can really hone in and develop the quality of the customers that you're getting. So kind of eliminate a lot of the ones that you don't want. No one, I got my website set up and did the SEO on it. I had Eugene on, I think last year or something. He was the guy who built my website for me. And when he was asking me for keywords, he asked me for words that I didn't want to be found under. And it's like nobody had ever asked me that. I was like, oh, that's brilliant. I said, yeah, words like cheap, budget, discount, take, I don't want anybody to find me searching with those words, you know?
Yeah.
And that's something that you can't do, with other media. Good stuff. So what are we talking about?
You guys were talking a lot about AI stuff. It's a little bit off topic as far as marketing goes, but Keith and them were doing on their podcast that they do, mentioning AI and the labor force. Um, I had an opinion on something there, Keith, that you guys were talking about the AI or stuff like detracting from the hard work. The AI creating like more advanced positions, I guess, but eliminating the grunt work, like essentially eliminating the grunt work, but and whether that was good or bad. And I was thinking that might be a good thing for the industry because you might attract more higher quality people to a sense, instead of attracting the people that are just don't want to go to college and all those sorts of things. It might start to, if you incorporate more AI and all this crazy stuff into the business, and if it can take our jobs or not, you might attract more. It might attract more people because people want to stay away from it because it is hard work. So you might attract people that actually want to have higher qualified positions because of the
Interesting, Jake.
technology.
Yeah,
You know what
I
I'm
can
saying?
see it.
I mean, it's like the caveat or the opposite of the whatever.
Have you guys been on a job where there's AI? I just saw it for the first time probably 4 months ago. I'm I wonder if these are all over the country, but they just in here in Naples they built a hotel called the maybe Great Wolf Lodge or Wolf Lodge where it's like indoor water park. Like I wouldn't go to it because to me it's like a big toilet. It's a bunch of kids and so
We'll think
like
for next
I'm
week.
a germaphobe, so I wouldn't go in there. But
Yeah, I
it's
wouldn't go
it's
on it.
popular and Suffolk Construction had two different AI things on there. One, they had it was for these shingles. They were these AI dogs, almost like a robot. You get there was carrying up these bags of like mortar and shingles from the parking lot to the elevator to the roof. And it didn't stop all day long. Two of them just up and back all day long because it was in an area where they couldn't get a lull or anything to put this shit up on the roof. And the second one, at the end of the day, this dog would go through every unit in the hotel and must have scanned to be able to check to see if lead times were being met on certain trades instead of having a human kind of half-ass go through like it. I don't know how this works. This is well beyond my pay grade, but it was able to digitally scan these rooms and identify what work was completed or still needed to be done to trigger the next trade to go in, which was pretty interesting. But for what we're doing with the glass, I mean, I don't, I don't want to put something on record to make myself look like an idiot, but I just don't see that taking over a shower. Maybe the measuring of it and the digital, but the actual installing, there's so many nuances with like, especially up north. Like I remember having to carry glass through the snow that's not done yet, and then you take the shoes off and then get into the bathroom and up on an angle around the staircase. I don't see the AI taking over that, but like some of the grunt work, yeah, I could definitely see that happening, or in our factory.
Yeah.
But we love the AI technology for the front end of the business for sure. Not follow up. I'm not into that part, but for identifying new opportunities and targeting for seeding new opportunities as well. I love that. To me, that's right in my wheelhouse. I don't want it to take my job with the sales. That's my favorite part. It takes away my fucking purpose.
Mhm.
Plus, I don't think it can do better than me.
Not yet, huh?
AI, kiss my ass.
Nice.
Cool.
It's funny, the whole AI thing. It's like now, me personally, I just tell you, it's like I'm not into it. It's like I just want to do my own homework. So it's like I'm not really interested in having robots do stuff for me.
You're such an
But
old head.
yeah, I know. But it's like, yeah, it's like I saw this meme. It was like, I want artificial intelligence to do my dishes and laundry, while I do the art, not for it to do art while I'm doing my laundry, you know what I mean?
Right. Yes.
So which is kind of what it's doing. But it's funny now, the stuff that my computer was doing, 5 years ago, now that's AI. Like, spell check is AI. Voice recognition is AI. It's like, man, I remember setting up voice recognition software in the 90s, so it's like, but now that's called artificial intelligence. And you have to remember, like, the word intelligence has two different meanings. right? I mean, it means smart, but it also means like espionage, right? Like Central Intelligence Agency. So I think, it's more espionage than it is smart.
I don't disagree with that. Jay, that's with me, is the same thing. I'm not using it because it's bigger. I said, let me tell you something. They're getting everything out of your phone that they want anyway.
They're gonna get
I'm using it to buy more time. Like I like doing polls on LinkedIn, which I haven't done in a while. And I stopped because I couldn't think of any more. Now I just click a button, I say, chat, and my kids go, I know you're an old head because you say chat first. Like I don't need to say chat. I just find myself saying chat. Chat, give me the top 5 polls that people in remodeling and construction industry would think's fascinating to help garner more attention on my LinkedIn page. And boom, it writes out the polls with the potential solutions for. I mean, it's stunning the information that it'll give you if you just ask it. And I got my hooks and I asked it the other day, how can I start preparing myself? Like everybody on here should, when you get off, if I don't know if everybody on here even has ChatGPT, but it's free.
I don't
And
have it.
if you go into it and you say whatever the business name is, don't say the name of your business, but whatever town you're in, say I'm looking for heavy glass frameless shower door, heavy glass frameless shower doors in whatever town you're in. Give me the top 3 options that I can be able to use. And if you're not named, if your name's not coming in there, you can go back in the chat and say, my company is X. I didn't come up in that last search. What can I do with either my website or keywords that'll start making me come up if somebody goes to chat to try and find my business? And it'll tell you exactly what you have to do. I mean, it's unbelievable what it'll tell you have to do. And then, is the hardest part. You actually got to fucking do it.
You can't
But
just have it do it for you.
yeah, maybe you got to pay for that service, but
Yes, yeah,
like
you can.
Yeah, I
that
think
wave is
so.
happening right now, and I think a lot of people's are just fighting it because they don't want to. And like if I had my druthers and they said I don't want to use AI, as long as everybody's not using it, then I'd be cool with that. But the fact that it's there and it's not going anywhere, and I know it can be used for bad, but we use it for good, just like these cell phones. Cell phones can be used for bad, can be used for good too. Same with a gun or karate. And so if your intentions are good, it can really buy you a lot of time. It's stunning. I mean, we haven't even scratched the surface of it.
We're
Not at
not
all.
going to
They
go
have this.
backwards either.
Huh?
They have a thing called Operator that in ChatGPT that actually does actions for you. So if anyone that actually go into ChatGPT, they have 2 other apps that are there. One is called Sora, which is image
Yeah.
generation, or
Yeah.
whatever. But go to the other one, Operator. Operator is meant to be. I saw a team of the 5 developers present it like 3 months ago and walk through the scenarios where they tell it they give it access and then they tell it what they need it to do. Fill my grocery cart with items. And because it has access to your HEB cart, what you frequently order, you label the items, who orders what, you can just talk to it and it'll go fill your carts. Find me the best tickets for the game on Saturday night between these 2 people. Make sure to reference these 4 sites. Give me the best 5 options. And hey, we found these options. You want us to book them? Yes. You can watch your computer screen do whatever you ask it to do. And this is available right now. Your competition will be doing it.
Yeah.
I use AI every single day. Why? Because everyone else is. And it's like watching people get tractors and knowing it's unemploying massive amounts of farm workers. And
Yes.
this manual labor will have to be figured out. And but it's happening around us. And our competitors are going to have these tractors, and we can either choose to train our staff and get rid of the ones that don't find other spots for them. But we can't not use this technology that isn't an option. It's not like look at that new feature on like
Yeah.
whatever.
Yes, I mean that's the thing about technology, you know.
Can it help with cell phone
I mean,
reception?
yeah, when it goes bad, then what? And it's like, but that'll never happen. It'll never go bad.
Huh?
But
Yeah.
but there's, people don't really know this, but like that saying, kill them with kindness, kill them with kindness. The origin of that statement is really nefarious.
My
And
God.
the
We're gonna start
idea
wearing a
behind
tin
it
hat
was
on
that
here.
if you get people on if you get people on welfare, you'll destroy their lives. That is the actual origin of that statement.
Wow.
It was to ruin people because you get people into a position where they can't do things for themselves anymore, and you can destroy their lives that way. And it's like, I know, the billionaires who run the planet would never do something like that because they're the good guys. But I'll tell you what, I guarantee you, I am not going to help them. And like everybody's not using it. Everybody's not. And it's like,
We're
man,
not going to go backwards,
I
though.
I can't imagine that my life would be better if I started talking to ChatGPT. I know people are losing their minds. Have you heard about that? How people are going insane talking to the computers. The computers are like screwing with their head and like driving them nuts, and they're like killing each other and killing themselves and stuff. You may not have heard about that, but it's like, yeah, not everybody's doing it. And I really don't believe that like I would be a happier person or a more fulfilled person if I started asking robots to help me.
I understand your position on that,
Yeah.
but I know for a fact that my old man and myself had that same thought process when Facebook came out, and here we are. I'm talking to fucking you through Facebook right
Yeah.
now, so I did evolve to it.
Yeah.
And I don't let it run my life, but if there's areas that I believe can help us that I'm not privy to, I mean, I feel like there's cheat codes in there that it. Yeah, I know what you're saying. I
I
don't
totally
want to
get it. And I know
distract from
what
it.
you're saying. I mean, I totally get what you're saying. I see both sides of it.
It's kind of like your tools, you're not gonna
The
stop
tool.
using, you're not gonna stop using a laser level and go back to using your 4 foot level and a tape measure to measure shower doors just because you don't like one. You're gonna use the most current tool available to you, and chances are you're not going back in time after it's been available. Like if things revert, there's bigger problems essentially.
I
So
actually
it's
like the 6 foot level and 4 foot level better than the laser. However, the reason why I went to laser so much more is because I'm a klutz. And if I told you how many times I've actually knocked over that leaning tower piece and scratched the wall and break, that's why I love the laser. I don't have to carry and ding every piece of sheetrock on the way up to the bathroom. So I talk with my hands, and the levels are in my hands are all over the place.
levels just to find bumps in the walls.
Yes. Yeah.
See if see which way the bow is going.
It's
Yeah.
just a straight edge nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I still use a level.
Yeah. I like them.
Get with the times, Adrian.
I like
Yeah.
them.
You're
Hey,
old school.
I'm old school, man. Old school.
Yeah.
I I carry about 6 levels with me when I go and measure a shower door.
Yeah, but
I have,
are you using AI? Are you talking to ChatGPT? That's what I want to know.
yeah.
If you're looking to sell more shower
Yeah.
doors, you
That's
should.
a shot for me.
Right
There's
on.
nothing to happen one day. Watch.
It's funny. Yeah,
And I think
like, yeah, I totally get it. I totally get it. It's like, and it's like, I'm sure that, everybody's got their kind of hill, right? It's like, oh, once it gets to this point, I'm not going any further than that. Or well, not everybody has that, but like some people do, you know? And it's like, man, if a laser could hurt you, if like if you like took it and stared at right at in the eyeball.
I'm saving this stream because I know in the future because you're a man of your word and you're an honest guy. I know. I don't know when, but I hope that you'll tell us when you do it. So you know what, guys, I broke down. I tried it.
You know what I think is more likely
Go
is
ahead.
that one day I'll be saying, man, I told you so. I told you so, dude. I told you guys not
that's
to.
great.
Little wager.
Skynet.
Dial up.
That's actually exactly how I see this, Chris. Like I've always seen it like Terminator 1 was the original, right? We're all scared of
Yeah.
him. But then Terminator 2, like Arnold's now your friend. And you're like, oh
That's
shit,
right.
which version are we in? And I think we're in
Yeah.
like I treat it like we're in 2. I want Arnold next to me, even though I know we're up against a way stronger one. But at least I have this thing to break down the wall and I walk through it instead of me taking my sledgehammer and breaking down the wall to walk through it after because I want to do it that way. But I also think there will always be room for the people who don't adapt, the custom man, this guy makes it by hand, by leather, takes his time. This guy does a razor fade. Like no matter what new technology comes out, some people will always exist to appreciate someone who sticks to the craft, the design, the love of it. Like the Sean Farrell guy, like he doesn't do other things he could do because he doesn't want to, and he gets paid higher because he's doing that part. And I think there'll always be room for the custom guys that want to do a beautiful job and say, I don't want to do that. So I'm not a proponent of AI that it should take over everything, but I definitely am on the team of having my Terminator with me, figuring out how to make him be my friend until he kills me one day. Hopefully, I'm one of the last ones instead of one of the first.
I'll be back.
I just want the alligator to eat me last. That's right. Yeah, I mean, I think you nailed it earlier when you were talking about how, that this technology is way more advanced than what's being released to the public, right? I mean, this is like the antiquated technology that's not even useful to governments anymore. So now they just, turn it over to the public to use. So there's more coming. But good talk, man. We got into some controversy today. That's cool. We
Good
should do more
stuff.
of that. All right, guys. Hey, thanks for showing up. We'll be here next
stuff.
Wednesday.
All right, guys.
A couple
Good night.
more Wednesdays, and then it's like we're gonna switch to Thursday in August. So stick with us, man. It's gonna be a fun ride.